Alright. And of course, I have this setting on where it makes everyone disappear, so that's why people are kind of disappearing into the ether every time they approach him. Alright, there we go. Rising to the call. The wandering minstrel seeks an adventurer oh, both willing and able to put the finishing touches to this year's Rising celebration. Of all the coincidences, you'll hardly believe it, but I was just this very moment reminiscing of the time you left me your strength the 12th month pass. Technically, we also we also helped out with Clive, but whatever. You see, I again find myself impressing you to the adventurers say, just as I did last Rising. Oh, if only Karen were here, I thought to myself, and here you are. Well then, what do you say? Shall we clasp arms once more? Alright. My thanks. The matter is this. I have been approached by a lady named Ioya, who wishes to imprint her own imitable mark upon the skies above Linsalisa. I speak, of course, of the fireworks that illuminate these rising nights. Learning of my contribution to the previous year's festivities, she has enlisted me to her cause. We already have the ear of the organizing committee. However, Lady Ayoyo has expressed a strong desire to consult a storied adventure before finalizing her proposal. Come to the Yellow Jacket's guardhouse at the base of the Coral Tower and I will introduce you. Is he glowing? Or is it just that's a weird shadow? Lady Yo-Yo, one storied adventurer as promised. Hello? Blessings owe to the 12 upon ye. Name's Yo-Yo, Cannoneer First Class with the Yellow Jackets. It's an honor to have you aboard. Have ye on board. Yeah, I'm not. Did I mention that it is the Yellow Jackets who are in charge of this year's festivities? Not only in decorating these fair Leamington streets, but in designing and constructing the fireworks that brighten the skies above them. Lady Ayoyo is quite the savant in all things incendiary and explosive, and so it has fallen to her to formulate a plan for the display's crowning glory. Me and other lads and lassies of the Cannoneers with a load of lovely little drake snakes and devils for the moonfire fair. But tomorrow the same ain't gonna cut it for the rising. 'Cause it's all about remembering those we lost in the calamity, ain't it? Them and theirs deserve something a mite specialer than a bunch of old bangers. An admiral's sentiment, I'm sure. It would not do for our ode to such poignant memories to be aught less than memorable. Let us make this year's rising one that the citizens of this fair realm will soon not forget. Took the words right out of me own mouth, Beery. Thing is, I haven't hardly set foot out of Limsa in all days. I don't reckon I'm best placed to know what's going through the minds of all the citizens of this fair realm. And so you would pick an adventurer's brains, one who has journeyed far and wide across this land we love, and knows it and its people intimately. Yet before we call upon your particular wisdom, mayhap it would behoove us to seek out a wider range of options. Many and more look to the skies come rising night, and the thoughts that run through their minds are no doubt as diverse. Let us learn them. Alright. Sounds like a plan. Mind if I join Kitiri? Could do with some learning some could do with learning some of these thoughts myself. Okay. Alright then. Where's the best where's the best to start asking around? Some place a lot of outsiders gather, I reckon. How about we meet in the Aetherite Plaza down in the lower decks? While you two are so engaged, allow me to continue our discussions with the committee, or with the organizing committee. I shall wait for you by the aft castle. Yeah, where is? Okay, so is there's a yo-yo. You see them lights down Ocker's alley, dearie? Decorations for the festival they are. Every year, when the streets are all decked out for the rising, me heart fills with, well, kinds of feelings. Sorrow, pride, regret. But enough about me. We came here to find out how other folks feel about it. Let's split up down the alley and ask a few like-looking customers each. We're on a schedule here, so don't go asking every single soul you see. 4 or 5 should do you. I'll meet you down by the ferry docks when you're done. Mhm. Welcome, welcome. What may I interest you this fine morning? Information it is. If you really must learn, the whizzing and banging that fills the air this season always takes me back to the time I just before the calamity struck. A great festival was held to celebrate the reformation of the Grand Companies. People in the streets were hooting and hollering, setting off fire spouts and all of the ships in the bay, now bedecked with maelstrom colors, let loose their cannons. It seems so foolish now, knowing what soon to befall us, but all that noise served a purpose nonetheless, drowning out the fear that ever whispered in our ears. It is my firm belief that the rising fireworks serve the same purpose even now. They present a vision of loveliness, of togetherness, that we might forget our fears and be given hope for a brighter future. Middle Age. The streets are full of life, the sky's full of fire. Well, it's raining right now, sir. We got hit by the real-time weather debuff, and the westerly winds fill in our seafarers' sails and it does our hearts. I couldn't pick the better time to come home. You're a sailor too, are you? Not exactly. Helping with the fireworks, you say? Good on you, lass. I've, I've a few memories of back then. If you got an ear to hear them. I'm a merchant seaman, you see, always sailing hither and thither across the waves. Was just back from a trip to Radzenhan when the calamity struck. Everyone was looking up to the sky and that loathsome lantern that hung low in it. Like most folk, I don't remember much of what happened in the days before or after it fell, but I'll never forget those faces. And that's what I love so much about the fireworks. You see the same faces looking up, but this time with a smile. Reminds you not only of the bad times, but how we've got over them. Alright, Misty Eye Gazer. Can you see them too, my love? Hmm. You're involved with the fireworks and want to know what I think of them. Well, I was wondering if they can be seen from far out in the offing. Do you know? Not sure. I see. The reason I ask is that my husband is out there now. He meant to be back by rising night, but it seems the tide didn't turn in his favor. He was still looking forward to the fireworks. I do hope that he can see them from where he is, that we can share them together, no matter how far apart we may be. that my only request to you is that you make the finale as bright and boisterous as you can, that all those who cannot be together this rising might still share its message. I'm not gonna even try to pronounce that name. Okay, all right there. Excuse me. All right there. There. Anything I can do for you? You're asking for people's thoughts on the rising pirates. Would have thought a great hero like you would have better things to do with your time, but I suppose that what makes you a hero, eh? Helping people out whichever way you can. Well, I'm like most people, I suppose. I think of those I lost. My parents, most of all. I wonder if they're watching too. Swum up from the bottom of the ethereal sea to see what all the crashing and banging is about. It's complicated, I suppose. I feel sad they're gone, but happy I'm not, and grateful to Mataron for saving me and so many others. If they are watching, I hope they can see me too. See that I'm doing alright for myself, that they might sleep soundly for another 12 months. Alright, that seems to be lost in peace. Ah, and there's all the people. Sorry to keep you waiting, dearie. So what have you found out? Oh, there's so many things. uh, hmm. Same here. Was half expecting them to just like looking at the pretty lights, but it seems the feeling runs a lot deeper than that. The memories of the calamity still sit heavy on their hearts, but the rising fires go some way to lifting that weight. So, any ideas for the grand display? What kind of thing reckon help lift those spirits the most? I'm fucking answering. I answer how I think my character would answer, which would be the bottom one. Something that gives people hope for the future. Say, hope for the future, eh? That ain't a bad idea. Reminding folks that however dark the night, dawn is just around the corner. The rising ain't about mourning those who lost, after all. It's about remembering the struggles of those who survived to steer us to a brighter future. Aye, that's it. That's what Limsa needs for this rising. Uh, okay. Ships, cannons, a departure sailor, not for just the fallen, but for those setting sail for unknown shores, a vision of the past and of the future. An old bleeding armada filling the Gal- Galadian Bay, lining up the very heavens. Who wouldn't want to watch that? Sounds good to me. That's settled then. The minstrel's gonna love it. He said he'd be up by the aft castle, right? I'll see you there. I I'm surprised we didn't have to lead an NPC around. They like doing that. Are we gonna be automatically teleported? No. Someone keyboard and mouse. Ew. Our intrepid adventurer returns, and positively bursting with inspiration, I take it. I see. A traditional seafaring salute, not only to the memories of the fallen, but to the future fortune of those who follow in their way. A most fitting proposal, I'm sure. Thanks to both of you, but our work ain't done yet. There's a lot that needs sorting out before we can put this idea into action. So much to do, so little time. If you don't mind helping us a little longer, dearie, I'll be forever in your debt. Let me know when you've got your loins good and girded. Oh, there's a part two. Alright, let's see what Oyo has for us. And there's our our minion for the event. Ayaya asks for your continued assistance in seeing her plan to the rising fireworks realized. Right then, let's get started, shall we, dearie? The plan is we're going to line up an old fleet of ships across the bay and have them fire a broadside into the sky. But before we go about finding our fleet, we need to get the plan approved by the organizing committee, and that means convincing Commodore Raider. I'll take the lead, but I ain't exactly the silverest tongue, nor much experience nobbling with the higher-ups. If you two see me struggling, put in a word, won't ye? Of course, milady. Your cause is ours. Thanks, my dears. Together then, to the Coral Tower. So back to the thing. Do we have, oh, it's over here. Okay. A yo-yo, she says. Commodore Rainer works his way up the ranks, all the way from rock bottom to the tippity top. He knows the workings of the Cathalaxy in and out, so any flaws in our proposal and he'll see right through them. Yeah, okay. Last I had the privilege of meeting with the Commodore was around the time of the calamity. I had been arrested for conspiracy to incite rebellion. Naturally, this is all a misunderstanding. What the hell happened in 1.0? Jesus Christ, what the hell? Okay. Some other scurrilous had been singing songs since edition. If not for Rainer and his relentless pursuit of the truth, I might still be lingering in the brig. He is a shrewd investigator who will brook no evocation. Shall we see them? And here comes our cutscene. Oh, it's the guy. Wanting to make the rising display special, I can fathom, but the sheer scale of this proposal is beyond what anything I imagined. Ayoyo, may I remind you that the first duty of the Yellowjacks is the keeping of the peace. Filling the bay with ships will not only disturb the daily workings of the harbor, but to sure to form agitation among the colonists. Knowing this, do you still mean to persevere with this outlandish plan? I do, Commander. Every Lumensian heart, every Eorzean heart still beats the scars of the calamity. All that loss, that hardship, that struggle, it cut deep. But the rising ain't about looking to the past. It's about looking to the future too. And if our duty is to watch over folk, keep them on the straight and narrow like, I reckon it's our duty to send off on another year's journey too. I didn't even say anything. You think he's gonna agree? There he is. Well put. I accept your intentions are pure, but what of the logistics? I trust you have a plan as to who will exactly be providing and paying this fleet of yours. Yes, Commander. We're going to petition the Maelstrom for the flagship, and the rest from the Black Sails. Of course, one is wont to forget that the buccaneering souls remained bound to serve the maelstrom in times of necessity. Lady Olivia would have us parley with the three great pirate captains to remind them of their civic duty, it seems. It should be fine. We did. Oh, that's probably why he's showing up in the promotion. Aye, that's right. Pirates answered the Ambrose call back when the moon was fallen, fought and died in Cartagena, same as the rest of us. When they hear about our plan to salute all those who fell and all those who didn't, doubt they will. I don't doubt they'll answer the call again. Hmm. I wish you all the luck in the world in recruiting those rogues to your cause. You shall need it. That's why Sigurd's in the promo. Okay. Very well then. Allow me to arrange the parley. Should you succeed in this feat, you may consider all my remaining downs answered. I bid you remember that you go speak with the pirates, lawless marauders all. Pray that you do not say aught to offend them, lest we find ourselves with a mutiny on our hands. It's okay. We know Sigurd at least, and they know. That'll probably affect things since I finished Endwalker. I shall have the Maelstrom summon the leaders of the three factions to the anchor yard. Pray go there and complete your preparations. Okay, yo. Someone's lead is in the gate. There we go. Cheers to sticking with me, you two. I hope we can count on your support in the next set of negotiations and all. Of course, my lady. Alas, I fear the captains. Those far-famed scourges of the seas will prove less bettable partners than Commodore Raynor did. While Rosen of the Sagan Sires may be swayed by emotion, Calvarian of the Kraken Swords is much more of a mercenary mind. The executioners, meanwhile, value honor and glory above all else. If there is aught that unites it, it is a zealous spirit. Let us argue with passion that we might inflame theirs. If passion is what you're after, I've got that in bleeding bucket loads. But I might need you to jump in again, 'cause my tongue decides to tie itself in half a stitch. Just say the thing that comes to your heads, and I'll pick up after. Alright, got that. I didn't have any options, but we'll see. Come on then, dears. Let's head over to the Yard and get this parlay started. There was the two from the first from the Moonfair event. Thanks for coming. The reason we asked you to here is aye, the Maelstrom Summons laid it out for us loud and clear. You want us to help you with the rising fireworks. And the answer is no. When my sirens fire a broadside it is to send our enemies to the bottom of the briny, not to paint pretty pictures in the sky for drylanders to gawp at. We've better things to be doing with our time. 'Tis a rare occurrence, to be sure, but I find my opinion lines with Rowan's. Our time is precious, and I'm sure is yours. Let us hasten to draw these good discussions to a close. I shall put it bluntly, I see no profit in this endeavor for myself and my men, so unless there's anything else. No profit? I'm pretty sure the last one is for her. Girls recline. I do not, then stated. The sheer scale of the spectacle will not draw the lords and ladies to their own to gather in the city, personages of high renown and deep pockets. Aye, if you saw you lot working and in and with the maelstrom, it do wonders for your public image. Folks who normally wouldn't touch a pirate with a barge full will be queuing up to do business with you. I do believe you have a point. Poorly phrased though it might be. To win legitimate business, one must project the image of a legitimate businessman. Sod your image. Any sod too little levered to trade with us. They can stick their bargefuls up their backside. What's in it for the siren? I am not. No, I'm not using that. If you don't consider them customers. I think I know what they're going at this, so. Consider them quarry. Failures our days of pillaging every ship we see are long gone. Quarry my arse. The sanguine sirens ain't all about the pirating life, though, are ye? You run almshouses for the sick and injured and those with child. Keep themselves with busy jobs busy with odd jobs such as come their way. Them's your hunters and the folks who are drawn to the city to see the grand display. Your quarry. Ah, I see where you're going with this. Getting the girls to set up stalls for selling food and grog and the like, and they make a killing, providing they had all the right permits from the Yellow Jackets. You're a shrewd one, you. Maybe I could lend him a hand myself. They do say best way to man Mars is to its so wait. What of the executioners? There's no dishonor in linking arms with Admiral Merlin and the Maelstrom, surely. Where is he? Where's the idiot? Oh, this is the actual pyrocrafted, not sick? You, Yellow Jacket. I want you to tell me one thing and tell it true. This is Limsaluensa, the greatest port in the Hungan. You could find this fleet with yours without a doubt, yet you've come here begging for it. Why? Because I reckon you're the ones who need the rising the most. The black sails only came together because of Cardinal. Ye could have upped an anchor and set sail off into the sunset, but no, you fought like demons on those cursed flats. You ain't heroes of yourselves and martyrs. The way I see it, it's only right that those that lost the most, when they stood to gain the least, should be the ones to fire the salute up to the departed. And a salute to the departing too. The calamity changed the lives of pirates and more than anyone. If anyone should be celebrating new beginnings, it's those whose new beginnings already begun. We could have what? So it's all for our own good, is it? I'm heading back to Australia. Send the Estelica. Send word when you've hammered out the details of this enslavers. We'll see what we can do. Aye, aye, Captain. Can't rightly say no to you now, can I? We lost a lot of good people back in Cartano. Let's send them all off with a bloody great bang. I'll join you. I will join you on one condition, that your reminiscence of trauma past, you do not make a shameful spectacle yourself. Pray do not force me to restrain you again. The hell happened? And y'all have been building up this romance for 10 years. 11. I've never forced you to do nothing. Y'all keep your hands off of me if you want to keep them, you randy bastard. Okay. Quite the fragile flower, isn't she? Well then, I bet you do. My ships will not ready themselves. Yay! Ayoya Wandering Minstrel. My hearty congratulations to the both of you. It was an honor to play a supporting part, but it was your passion for the rising that swayed them. Everyone disappears. And breathe. Gods, I was so nervous I could hardly speak. Thanks so much for chipping in when you did. Could have never gotten out our side without me. Right then. Time to put the finishing touches on to this plan of mine. It's gonna be wonderful. I just know it. Oh, and about you, reward. I've given it to the minstrel. You can grab it from him. To new beginnings, lass, and may the navigator's breath ever fill your sails. You did a great service. Who kissed me? I've been doted. You did a great service, my friends, for both Lady Ayoya and for all those who love the rising, myself included. For that, I shall ever be grateful. I shall expect it some hours before preparations for the grand finale are complete. Mayhap we could wait together. Wait for the firework display to begin. Okay, so they're gonna be changing the time for this, I guess. I'm gonna be going ahead and turning off the image so I have a clear. You know, the cutscene. While you wait, would you care to hear a verse that has come to me lately? It is a song of celebration, of encouragement for all those who sail the unknown shores. Pray, lend me your ears. Okay. Are we speaking to God again? We're speaking to God again! Is this so mirroring the Dawn Show opening? I think it is. Wow. Greetings, Warrior of Light. This is a world that exists outside your reality. Could it be a dream? A flight of fancy conjured by your weary mind? Perhaps, or perhaps not. It's God! Oh man, wow, the age still. Wow. Naoki Yoshida, 'tis a pleasure to meet you again. As I have in the past, I beckoned you here that I've expressed my gratitude. It's God! The road we have walked has been long and winding, full of perils and pitfalls, but we have enjoyed every step in your company. We hope that you feel the same about this last great leap. With every adventure we undertake, the longer the legacy we leave behind us. Yet a lengthy history need not make a foreshortened future. Many adventures yet await. We shall continue to chart a course into the great unknown, one that takes in all the diverse wonders of this wild world has to offer, that your legacy might grow even greater. To be certain, it would be less than trying to task to sleepwalk ever onward down the same well-furrowed paths, yet to venture down paths untrodden, believing in the bright and glorious future that lies beyond them, is by far the more rewarding. This is the gift that we wish to deliver unto you, the gift of adventure. And we pray with all your hearts that you will continue to walk with us. We thank you for joining us on this journey, heretofore and hereafter. Now, the time has come for this vision to end, for your eyes to open from this waking dream. My God! The muse. One cannot know what fills this heart and minds of those who look to the sky of this rising night. Perhaps you and I will see different images in those explosions of light and color. But one thing I know for certain, that right here, right now, we look to the same sky. And though the paths that lay ahead of us may lead in very different directions, sometime, someplace, we shall cross again. Right. By God! 'Tis almost time for this display to begin, the consummation not only of our labors, but of the thoughts and prayers of the people of this fair city. A salute for the departed, and for those who set sail into unknown waters. Many adventures yet await you, my friend. May the navigator's breath ever fill your sails. Navigator's breath. May the navigator's breath ever fulfill your sails. Oh, there it is. Wow. From eastern to what eastern to okay. From eastern sea to eastern sky, the sacred sun ascends, and voices stir of wind and waves, of rows of sails of friends, who like the golden light of dawn that streams across the sea, sets sunlit sail for foreign lands. May fortune follow thee. Her journey done, so sinks the sun below the western waves, and memory serves of friends of yore, asleep in watery graves. Let not our voices raised in song disturb your endless sleep, but join us in our chorus, and you dream among the deep. An, except, an, an excerpt from an ancient mariner's song, a prayer for the safe return of those who sail over the horizon, for peace of those who sleep beneath those same eternal waves. But it's like it concludes with a wish that the voices of those spirits who are stirred in anticipation of new adventure reach the ears of those whose adventures ended too soon. That they think that they might be united as one, A fitting sentiment for the rising, methinks. And so I offer you my own heartfelt wish. That even should your adventures carry you beyond the far-flung horizon of this wild world, we should meet once more in the 12 months' time and look up at the same sky together. Mm-hmm. Woo. Nice. And that is we who are about to set sail salute. We who are about to set sail salute you. And that's it. You have a lucky toy chest. Open. Oh, like there's more mini games. Okay. Additionally, certain noble personages have been seen to frequent the anchor yard this rising to the same. Oh, we got characters showing up for 11 stakes. Oh my god. All at once. Who the? I'm like, oh, what the hell? Again, how the hell was I supposed to? A soft westerly wind blows across the anchor yard. Enjoy the sea breeze a while. Okay, I want to see this. You hear footsteps if you turn and see. Yeah! Yeah! I knew it was you. I could tell it from your bearing. Forgive me. It gladdens me that our paths should cross again, of course. And yet I find myself somewhat lost for words. Are you well? What brings you here? Is that so? I should have known it. It is very much like you to help others fulfill their dreams, to bring life and light to the world. I've always liked festivals, as did all my brethren, though the celebrations have taken diverse forms over the years, all have brought smiles to the faces of our children, and in turn, us. Though it was our custom, our duty, to watch over you from the phantom realm, one among us was so drawn to the fort and the merrymaking that he adopted a moral one, that he might join you in your revelry. You! In every festival is imbued the hopes and dreams of mortal man. You implore the gods to listen, please, and they still. Till our paths. So next our paths should cross. Yay! Bye, monkey. Bye, Derek. Alright. Okay. Okay, well, this is gonna go from the bottom up. There he is! I was expecting your dumb butt. Well, if it isn't my old mate Karen. I heard you had a hand in the fireworks, but I thought you'd be long gone by now. Nah, just hanging out. I'm glad you stuck around, you. Gives me a chance to thank you. To thank you. For getting the executioners involved in life. Can't say you didn't run from us ragged, getting the whole fleet loaded up with 10 tons of fire sand ready to sail at a moment's notice. But it was well worth it in the end. Aye, there's nothing a pirate enjoys more than a bit of old pyrotechnics. The perfect send-off for ship-face past and present. Even got me in the guts, so it did. Most rising to spend at the bottom of the flagon thinking of those we lost in salty mackerel. But this salute's only gone and put wind in my sails. I'm up and anchored tomorrow in search of an island sanctuary of me own. Somewhere to bury me, baby. You have treasure? Wish you up, and may lemon's red ever blow at your back. Okay. I was expecting your boyfriend to be here. And it's just you. That's nice. Who do we see? The Admiral herself. Karen, this is a coincidence. Rainer was just telling me of the role you played in putting the display together. I'm sure all those who gathered in my city to witness it were moved. I'm talking too fast. I'm sure all those who gathered in my city to witness it were were as moved as I. A salute to all those who set sail for new adventures. It shall surely resound in their hearts and give them strength and courage in the year to come. And a salute to the fallen too, was it not? Many and more lost their lives on the fields of Cartano, the men and women of the Black Sails chief among them. I thank you for giving those who survived them a chance to put their grief to more productive ends. I thank you for giving the celebrations an unmistakable touch of salt too. This year's rising was not merely in Lemsem, but of her. I look forward to seeing how future host cities will follow in our example. But for now, let us focus on the present. I am sure to have kept you from your business for far too long already, and I must return to mine. I must offer my farewell to the minute and be on my way. Fare you well, Karen. Fare Fare you well, Karen. I wish you a safe voyage for the years to come, made of navigator's rest of the field of your service. Okay, the head chef of the business. Oh, quite literally. Well, I've come to Lemon's breath on me face only to find the faithless wisdom whispering in the ears of another. All old on your that adventure. Hold on. You're that adventurer Yo-Yo told me about. I hear we've got you to thank for the rising display. Yo-Yo's been singing your praises from Fisherman's Bottom to the Coral Tower. Okay. What? Surprised I know her? Lives is a small place, lass. Hardly a day goes by I don't see a yellow jacket or several this month. Whether it's up to sup on the finest food and wine this side of the sea, or clap the iron on those who tap the cast such too thirstily. Suppose an adventurer like you might have noticed, or has come might not have noticed. Always coming and going as you are, but stick around the city for a while and you see. The jackets ain't just actors for fire, they're true friends among the common of the common. Aurelia was the retainer before the calamity struck, you know. Her master had a thing for fireworks. Every time they came back from their wanderings, they loaded down with an underweight of spouts and spinners they picked up God knows where. Day and night you see her down the marching bar, beaming with that sunny smile of hers at every passersby, trying their damnedest to flog herself. Enjoyed the work, I reckon, but then down went down, and she lost her master. Literally lost them, by the way she was it. It were as if the calamity burned a hole in her memory and they fell straight through. Couldn't remember their face nor their name. Oh, that is sad. So she, that's sad. She was oh my god. So they sprinkle these in sometimes where so she was an adventurer's retainer and that player or that adventurer never returned. That's sad. But she never forgot the fireworks. The amount of gunpowder that went through her, and over the years, she couldn't help learning a bit more about making things go bang. And apprentices with the cannoneer later, and she was the yellow jacket. So when I heard they were the ones who'd be put in charge of the rising on display, I knew she'd be the first to volunteer. The rising, the fireworks, they mean a lot to her. And as a friend, they mean a lot to me as well. Mean a lot to me, so thank you. We see the proprietor of the Drowning Wench. The first well, if it ain't me old pal Courage. Here to beg the old bird for guidance too, are ye? Well, I'm not pronouncing that. Said you had a hand in this year's fireworks, and not a bad job you made of them neither. You mentioned Hobie down Hawker's Alley half now. I sent her to pick up some stock for the wench, but you know what she brought me back? Only a bottle of bling pockets. Paid for it out of her own pocket she did. It thanked me again for saving her life. Don't know why she brought it up, why she's so hung up about it. The girl's paid me back 100 times over with all her hard work over the years. Well, I'm a bit bad accepting it, but well, a bottle of Bacchus is a bottle of Bacchus. Reckon it's you we should be thanking anyway, for that marvelous display. All the ships in the harbor and the sky and the fire in the sky. It brought back a lot of memories. Some good, some bad, but every one of them well worth remembering. And we ain't done making them yet. You'll be off in your next adventure soon enough, Major. Well, you can't really be striding out on an empty stomach, now can you? Come out to the wench, and you shall fill your belly. That's nice. Or not gonna be so for. Okay. Oh, this is no wonder why he was looking at this so fondly. This was just the thing. Okay, I was wondering if there's gonna be more NPCs just wandering about, but it looks like they're limited to there. Okay.